What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more MLB plays today over on PrizePicks. Yesterday, we went 1-1. MLB was a winner. WNBA fell short. The girl got into foul trouble. She had half her rebounds in only 15 minutes, which was half the minutes that I was expecting. She plays her full minutes. She probably covers. Unfortunate miss there. But I've got 3 plays for you guys in today's video, all MLB. So let's stay cashing. If you guys want a third play tomorrow, also be sure to leave a like on this video here, because if we get to 175 likes, I'll drop a third play in tomorrow's video also, or potentially a free 4-man or 6-man for you guys. With that being said though, let's get to today's plays. The first thing before we get to these plays though is to not miss out on joining the DubClub if you have not already. The DubClub is where you get all of my plays sent straight to your phone, and if you use the link in my description or in the top line of the comment section, it'll give you a special discount offer. There'll be a banner that pops up at the bottom of your screen, giving you a limited time discount. Just click on claim, and it will pull up with 2 different discounts that can get you in the DubClub right now for either the next month or the next 3 months. And when you join the DubClub, the first thing I recommend you do is connect your Discord to DubClub. That way you get access to all of my premium channels, my Discord chat, and my contributor plays. It includes my 6-mans, by the way, which we just, not yesterday, but the day before, cashed 5 6-mans in a single day, and a 16.72x payout over on Sleeper. So we absolutely crushed it that day. Yesterday, though, we had 3 misses by 1 leg. We went 5 for 6 on 3 different 6-mans. So, I can't really complain that much considering the day before that we just went we hit 5 different 6-mans. So, can't complain too much. But we're back at the 6-mans today. We had a lot of early MLB games today. So, join the DubClub to get today's 6-man stacks. You also have my bankroll builder slips, my underdog streaks, my lotto slips, which come with those 3-man RBI type plays. You also have my contributors plays though from Asmies, Emo, Elo, Third One, and Nerd Alert. Asmies is a big golf guy. You can see there he gets some love. You also have the WNBA there, some soccer plays, Third One for tennis, and Nerd Alert for esports. Elo is a very, very good soccer guy. You can see some love that he gets there also. He also does a little bit of MLB in the mix too most of the time, but he is a very, very good also. And with that community chat too, you can talk to me and other members about plays or whatever's going on. If you want to reach me, just at me in the chat and I'll respond to in a pretty good time. I'm pretty much always in the chat. It's really easy to reach me if you have any questions. And like I said though, you'll also get all of my plays sent straight to your phone. So you get all my main plays and my slips. So go join for yourself in my description. It is, in my opinion, the best DubClub offered out there. Not just because of how much that we win, but because of the community that is in there and all the guys just posting plays for all different sports. There's some good minds too in the chat also. So go join in my description and go get an Outlier discount. And now with that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Make sure to play responsibly at your own risk. Leave a like on this video here and subscribe if you've not already, with the notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped or get removed. Now let's get to today's plays. The first play on the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate is going to be over in the pitching outs category, because tonight I like Andre Palante under his pitching outs at 17.5. It's a 17.5 pitching outs line, yet his fantasy score is at 23.5. Kind of funny there, and overall I think this line is just way too high for him against the Cubs offense, and I'm expecting him to do some work today. And you see Palante here has actually been over this line in only 7 out of 15 games this year, but he has been over in 2 of his last 3 games. However, look at his earned run line today. His earned run line today is about a -145 on the over, -150, and he's been over that line in 8 out of 15 games this year. What I want to kind of point to, though, is that he's been over his earned runs, so he's expected to go over his earned runs today, right? He's expected to give up at least 3 earned runs. He's done it against Baltimore, KC, and the Brewers in his last 5 games. In those games, he went under his outs in all 3 of those there. He had 17, 13, and 13 outs in those games. And in games this year where he gives up, at least 3 earned runs, he's been over this in only 2 out of 8 so far this year. And the Cubs offense can definitely put some, more pitches out. They can get some, high quality at bats out there and just kind of drive that pitch count up, which is what we're looking for when we take the under on some pitching out. So overall, I think he's going to have a tough time here against the Chicago Cubs. In the past against the Cubs, he did just have 10 outs against them, which was last year. Although it was kind of a limited start. He only fit about 60 pitches in that game. This is how the Cubs offense ranks so far this year. So we're going to go off of WRC+, which is basically just a measure of offense. It kind of factors in runs and other things rather than just batting average. And this year, they are the 4th best offense against right-handed pitching and the 6th best in the last 3 games. So Palante's going to have a pretty tough time here, especially if he is going to give up 3 or more earned runs like I'm expecting. I already like the Cubs offense a lot today. I think they'll be able to put some work in against Palante here. I think we get 17 or less outs in this one. I really do. I'm hoping that pitch count just continues to just go up, because if he is around those 90 pitch marks, if he's around 90 pitches, He's already given up 3 earned runs, and he's like at 17 outs or less. Like they're probably going to pull him. I haven't thought about this yet, but the bullpen is actually in a pretty nice spot too. Like they shouldn't really think twice to pull him if he's having any bit of trouble. He had 2 guys pitched yesterday, which kind of those long reliever type guys. But otherwise, all these other guys did not pitch yesterday, so they could really use any of these arms from the bullpen. So overall, I'm thinking Palante's in a pretty good spot to get pulled before that 6th inning. So give me the under for Palante and his 17.5 outs on the PrizePicks board. Before we get to the next play, this is DK Pick 6. It's available in my description using promo code DOMG. It can get you a play $5, get $50 promo essentially over on DraftKings Pick 6 if you use that promo code DOMG. Right now, we have Ohtani boosted to have a home run today, which by the way is in Coors. So it's usually a 1.2x multiplier. It is up to a 2x boosted right now over on DK Pick 6. So it's a really cool app though. They have a lot of cool categories on the board, like 5+ strikeouts thrown, 2+ total bases, and just kind of things like that. They're not essentially available on other apps out there. So if you want it for yourself, go get it for yourself in my description. They of course have all these different sports available. Be sure to use promo code DOMG when signing up for DK Pick 6. All right, now getting to my next play here. This time we're going to head over to the fantasy score category and go with a fantasy score, of course, from the Rays tonight. Jonathan Aranda, over 5-hitter fantasy score against the Royals tonight. I think he's in a pretty great spot for a couple of reasons here, but you can see he's actually favored over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, which is a goblin on the board. Also at 1.5 total bases, despite being a pretty good player hitting some singles. So you can see here, though, that he's had a pretty good year so far. He's had at least 5 fantasy score in about 57% of games this year. Has been over his hits, runs, and RBIs at 1.5 in about 53% of games. So a little bit of a better hit rate, over his fantasy score, at least having 5 fantasy score than his hits, runs, and RBIs. That is a big reason why I like this one so much, is that his line today is actually at 2.5 for his runs and RBIs, and very favored over 1.5. It's like a -165 on the over for that. So it's pretty much impossible, like it's nearly impossible to go over your hits, runs, and RBIs without having at least 5 fantasy score on PrizePicks. It is nearly impossible. So that's a great sign for us there, because that means this to push is at least like a -165. So pretty good value there, just first off. I like the Rays offense a lot tonight, though. They don't necessarily win, but when they put up some runs, which is why I'm going to turn on the stats showing I'm showing off how good he's been in wins just because it's games where they put up a good amount of runs, essentially, which I'm expecting that today. Like, the weather's very, very good in this game. Like, they don't necessarily win, but I'm expecting some good runs today from the Rays. When they are able to win the game, he's over in 66% of games so far this year, or he's at least 5 fantasy score in 66% of games so far, so... Matchup is not too bad for him either if you look at it. He gets to face Michael Lorenzen today. He has not had a hit against him, but it's only 3 plate appearances, so I'm not super worried. He's a little bit better against righties this year, although he's a little bit better against lefties. Lorenzen is. And you can see here, though, that he throws mainly the fastball, the slider, and the changeup. 394 on-base average this year is extremely good. Yes, the fastball goes all the way up to a 4.47. Slider, it goes down to 378, but still very good. Changeup goes all the way back up to a 4.43. So he has been crushing this pitch mix the entire year. I expect him to have another good performance in this game. So give me the over today for Jonathan Aranda over his 5 fantasy score on PrizePicks. Now getting into my third play here on PrizePicks. Again, if you want a third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here, because if we get to 175 likes, I'll drop a third play again tomorrow, or maybe even a free 4-man or 6-man, depending on what time the video gets posted. But you can see here that I like Vinny Pasquantino today over 5 fantasy score in that same game here against the Rays. The issue with this, though, is that if you use all 3 plays from this video, it pays out a 5.5x payout, which I don't necessarily think is fair. It really should be a 6x payout on PrizePicks. So you really could do the mix and match, just pair them with each other for 2-mans, or if you want to do that way. But otherwise, you could take the 5.5x payout, but I just think it should really be a 6x. But you see here that he has been pretty good this year. He's at least 5 fantasy score in about 59% of games this year. His runs and RBIs today, though, is favored on the over about a -145 or a -150. Where he's been over in 52% of games. So again, kind of the same deal with Aranda. He's been favored over, and also this game does have some really nice weather. And in games where they win this year, which is just me trying to find games where they are putting up a good amount of runs like I'm expecting, he's been over this in 68% of games. In his last 20, over in 80%. And when I say over, I mean having at least 5 fantasy score. Matchup for him is going to be pretty good in this game here against Shane Baz. He has had 3 plate appearances against him with a hit in that game. Or he had a hit again in one of those plate appearances. And he has been a lot better against righties this year. Baz has been bad against pretty much everyone this year, but slightly better against lefties, although I really wouldn't say a 4.33 ERA is very good. So you can see here, though, that he has a 3.19 on-base average, but he faces the fastball and the curveball mainly today, with a little bit of changeup. Fastball 377 on base average. The curveball does drop to 214, while the changeup is a 294. So changeup is still fine at a 294. Fastball though is extremely good at a 377, which he is throwing nearly 50% of the time. So I think we're in a pretty good spot for him to have at least a hit in this game. And I'm expecting at least 5 fantasy score today from Vinny Pasquantino. I have not done the free plays yet, but a couple of reminders to not miss out on checking out the DubClub if you have not already. Go get it on that discount. We've been crushing it on those 6 man. We just cashed 5 in a single day just 2 days ago. So go ahead and get in right now. There will be a discount linked in my description. And of course, connect your Discord to DubClub. That way you get access to all of the different perks here available over in my Discord. I highly recommend it. But here's some more free plays from the Daily Grind tool. This tool can show off the best bet to value plays on an app like PrizePicks or Underdog. And right now on PrizePicks, they like some plays like Christopher Sanchez under fantasy score and some CSGO value, as well as some WNBA value too on Clayton Clark. I think it's just been ruled out. So we'll actually refresh here to find the most up-to-date value plays. And right now you can see here that Tampa Bay is actually favored for the over first inning runs against the Royals today, which I actually like a lot considering the weather in that game. I'm actually on board with that play there. You actually click on plus view plays though to filter down to a 2-pick power play, or same with a 5-pick or 6-pick flex. Typically find plays that fit into that play type in terms of expected value. Get this tool for yourself in my description by clicking on the Fantasy Bundle and scrolling down. Use promo code DOMG. There's another tool available from the same guys, also separately in my description, called the AS Generator, which is over 2,400 units of profit since last year. There are 9 slips currently on the board for apps like Underdog and PrizePicks, and right now on PrizePicks, they like some plays for CSGO, some MLB, some WNBA. Right now they like Hunter Brown over earned runs, they like Holmes and Griffin Canning here under strikeouts, as well as a prof margin here on the century being a 5.23. If you click on the PrizePicks button here, it can put it into PrizePicks for you, just like you're clicking on a link. Go get it for yourself in my description, but click on the slip generator this time and scrolling down. Be sure to use promo code DOMG. Thank you for watching. So for the next video, best of luck. If you want to submit over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen right here.